Hello world, it is Friday, April 9th, 2021, and a beautiful sunny day today. And another warm one. I think the weather's shifting tomorrow, and then Sunday it'll be back down to the mid 50s. At least that's what they're predicting right now, but it's the Midwest. Who knows? It could change. But it is a beautiful day today. The devotion for today is entitled Jesus Level, written by Quinn Caldwell. And Quinn bases the devotion upon 2 John chapter 1, verse 1, New Revised Standard Version. To the elect lady and her husband, whom I love in the truth. And Quinn writes, the lady of John's second letter is not only elect, she's also mysterious. Nobody really knows who she is, though she's the one the letter's addressed to. Whoever she is, she merits her own word. The Greek here translated lady is Kyria, used nowhere else in the Christian scriptures, at least not in this feminine form. The masculine form, Kyrios, shows up all over the place, though. It means Lord, and it's what they call Jesus. Of all the formidable women in the Christian scriptures, Lydia, Junia, the Marys, Martha, and the rest, to only one gets ascribed the kind of mystery and dominion they gave Jesus. Who in the world was this woman who got Jesus' level of respect? The meaning seems quite plain. The author was writing to the chosen leader of a group of Christians, what today we might call an ordained minister or called pastor, and to the members of her congregation. That still doesn't tell us who exactly this masterful ancient pastor is. But if we don't know her, thanks be to God, we get to know her daughters, the elect, the called, the ordained, the formidable, the masterful. Different things. One is that maybe some of you don't know what patriarchy is, and patriarchy, which the church evolved into. The second is some of the literature I've read, led by the Jesus Seminar, which looks at the historical Jesus, really seems to indicate that they place the strongest emphasis on the things that the Gospels writings say that Jesus said, on those items and that seemed the most radical for the time, because that was the feeling that Jesus was a pretty radical person in his understanding of Scripture, which that would have been the Hebrew text, the Hebrew Scriptures for them. And that the other part of this that I was thinking of is that there are indications in other places in the scriptures that women were integral to the beginning of the church. Some of the later letters of Paul, which some scholars believe were written by followers of Paul, not by Paul himself, seem to pull back from that and denounce female leadership or female involvement. But we don't really know, because what we're reading are one-sided letters. We don't know. Those letters were often written to address particular issues in particular congregations, and were not meant to be generalized. And yet that's what we do with them. And they were probably written later when, of course, cultural values leaked into the church in the early days, just as they continue to leak in today. Even in, and probably especially in, those who quote unquote call themselves literalists, and those who believe the Bible is inerrant. Cultural values, they're reading the scriptures through their own cultural lens. So it's something we all have to deal with and grapple with. So there's a lot in there, and I could go on about how important it is to read and understand Scripture in the culture and context in which it was written and to whom it was written before you start to understand how it might be applicable to us today. That's important. But that's probably getting more academic than you want to get. Anyway, I hope you have a good day, and I hope this has given you lots to think about. And for those of you who identify as female, I hope this gives you courage that there is a place for leadership for you in the church, right alongside everyone else. Have a good day, and I will try to talk to you again tomorrow.